Hello everyone, my name is Lydia Love and I am the owner and creator of IGF Studios / IGFstudio.com, and we are a webcam studio that emphasizes helping models reach their full potential in the webcam industry. And today I have a training video for you. We're going to be talking about how to last during a long private show. And if you guys see me looking down, it's because I have written out notes for you so that we have a general idea of the direction this video is going. We're going to be discussing small talk and utilizing our conversationalist skills and growing them so that we can last longer in these shows. And I want this to be a few-part series. So like I said, this one is emphasis on being a conversationalist, and the further ones are going to be about other topics. So we deal with many men who take us private, and they are just trying to get off as soon as humanly possible. It's a race for them. But what do you do when someone expresses the intention of keeping you for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or even an hour, and you have no idea how to pass the time? There's no way that you can just sit there doing a singular sex act for an entire hour without dying of boredom. And so I want this video to help you come up with ideas that help you pace your time so that you can keep on earning. You need to start by asking what kind of show that they would like, okay? So if I'm able to, I ask clients what kind of shows or acts that they would like to do with me before they take me into a one-on-one show. And then I get more in depth once we are actually private. I really, really recommend don't go too in detail in public chat. There are going to be those clients who are trying to get off to your answers, and they're going to be asking you, do you do this and do you do that, and have you ever done this? And you're not even going to realize that they're jerking off to your answers, and they're not going to actually take you. So I go way more in depth once I'm actually in a private with them. This can help pass time. I don't let it extend too long, but sometimes it naturally leads to a conversation where they're discussing their kinks, and it really helps the time go by. These are ways or examples that I ask people what they would like to do with me. I say, what are you in the mood for, babe? What do you want to see first? What kind of show do you want to do? What do you usually do for fun on here? How can I make you feel good right now? These are really great and simple ways to get the conversation flowing. Remember that it is okay if you are in private with someone and you ask them questions or they ask you questions and you realize that you do not want to participate in the kind of show that they're wanting. You can politely let them know that you do not participate in those specific kinks and that you're willing to do something else. An example of this would be, let's just say I'm on my period and I'm not wanting to do a dildo show. I will tell someone, I'm actually not doing any dildo fucking tonight, but I would love to give this dildo a sloppy blowjob for you until you come. That's an alternative where you're not just saying, I don't do this. You're saying, hey, I don't do this, but I can do this. Now, there are examples where it has to be a hard no. Personally, for me, I don't participate in anything race related. I don't do any sort of race play, whatever they'd like to call it. And so I say that it's a hard no. I'm not going to provide an alternative to that one unless they want something that completely doesn't include that. So maintaining your boundaries is very, very important. Something that can help with your small talk, especially in the beginning of shows, is to learn details about your clients and actually care to learn details about them. If a client is a regular, long private shows such as this will be easier because you already have rapport with them. Most campsites have a notes section where you can click on a member's name and you can type in little details about them. I use this to add their real names because maybe they don't want to be called Big Dick 69 forever. They want to be called John. I put their interests, specific kinks, what they do for work. An example of this would be that one of my biggest tippers, he loves when I wear my glasses. That's like his thing. And so whenever he comes in the room and takes me private or exclusive, I immediately put my glasses on. He doesn't even have to ask, and it just adds to the show so much because it makes him feel special. He knows that I know that he likes it, and it makes him enjoy the show, makes him stay longer. And a lot of times we get to talk about it and be like, you like my glasses today? It also just generates higher earnings because you're building that connection with your audience. And I will say it time and time again, that's why people seek out webcam models rather than free forms of porn. It's because they're seeking out that one-on-one personal connection, and we can help facilitate that by becoming incredible conversationalists. Small talk is key. Small talk is key. master it. There's this method that whenever I studied business for one semester, I learned, and they kind of just give it to you when you're in situations where you don't know what to talk about and you're having a really hard time. And I think that CAM models can execute this as well. It's called the Ford method. And it's going to sound silly, but I think it's good to keep in mind. So F is for family. Now, unless someone brings it up, don't talk about their families, don't talk about their wives, don't ask about their kids, don't do that on a campsite. But everyone has a family, and everyone has somewhere where they are from. So you can ask where he's from. An alternative to this, if you feel like that question's too personal, is to ask what their favorite place that they've ever traveled to is. So I like to say, maybe if I'm, not wanting to ask them where they're from, because usually it leads to them asking where you're from, which, just a rule of thumb, make up a location. Like my go-to location, I'm just like, yeah, I'm from Texas, and they don't ask questions. They don't need to know where you're currently living at. But what I'll say is, I just like, to get to know you a little more. Where's your favorite place that you've traveled? Just kind of slip into the conversation and frame it as like, hey, icebreaker question. Like, what's your favorite place to travel? And it's nice to kind of open up communication that way. O is for occupation. Now, I'm not going to ever go out there and say, what do you do for work? Unless it's someone I've already talked to before. Some clients, they might not want to discuss work. They want a break from work. And it can be a big turnoff to a client that you don't have prior engagement with, because they might think that you're just trying to gauge how much money they're going to spend on you. But some clients love talking about their work, okay? They love talking about it. They love complaining about it and venting about it, which is fine. So you just have to kind of feel that out and pivot if you feel like they don't want to discuss work at all. R is for recreation. This one is the one that usually gets them talking the most, because it is things that get them excited, get them relaxed, and it's what they're into. So what does he do in his free time? What does he do to relax? What kind of music does he like? Does he have pets? Who are his favorite sports teams? Having a basic knowledge of sports is something that will heavily pay off as a CAM model. This category is, like I said, the one that they usually like talking about the most. And don't just like sit there like how I'm talking to you guys and do it. You can tease a little bit. You can say like, oh, like, are you doing anything, fun this weekend? What do you like to do in your free time? Did you get some, you gotta tease and be flirty. The last one, D, is for dreams. Ask about his goals for the new year, because I doubt people are gonna pour their hopes and dreams out on a campsite. But travel plans for the weekend, birthday plans, get him chatting about things that he's excited and looking forward to. And like I said, keep it flirty. Now, that's about it for the conversationalist part of this video, but I did want to kind of touch on a couple more things that I would like to expand on in further videos. And if you guys have any questions or things that you would like me to share in our next section, definitely let me know. But something really quick to remember is that you don't need to rush. Be a tease. I saw another webcam model said some viewers are straight to the point and some want to talk to you for half an hour before you even take off a piece of clothing. There's a balance to be sure on who controls the pace, you or the viewer. But if you're on a platform that's geared towards one-on-one like StreamMate, or you're not actively engaged with a room that's throwing coin left, right, and center, don't be afraid of easing into action, especially if it helps you feel more comfortable. So, try to keep the casual conversation and teasing going for as long as you possibly can without making your clients feel like you're completely just avoiding getting down to business, okay? There is a very healthy balance in that. Many times clients will be excited by conversation, they'll be lost in conversation, and that is a good thing. It feels good. Have you guys ever had a conversation with someone at a grocery store, and before you know it, you've been talking for 5 minutes and you carry on the rest of your day feeling good because you got to connect in that way? Like, we can provide that to our clients. So yes, being a conversationalist is an essential part of being a webcam model. It is so important, okay? Do not feel pressured to immediately get naked. Master the art of teasing. I like to mentally pace my shows, and in the next video, I'm going to go over kind of how I do that, how I lay out the groundwork mentally to get through my my shows. So an example of this, let's just do one really quick because we have a couple more minutes here. The first 0 to 5 minutes is usually where I'll ask about their desires and small talk, maybe a little longer. 5 to 10 minutes, take off your top and begin teasing or whatever you're comfortable with. It's just me. If you have a toy, you can do, a tease with that. Just like, I'm not gonna go too into detail. You guys get the idea. We're all cam models here. 10 to 15 minutes, do a dildo blowjob tease, and then 15 to 20 minutes, you can take a little break, take a little gap, and kind of like figure out where you're going with the rest of the show. So, like I said, in the next chapter of this training, I will go over how I personally pace my shows and the ways that I tease and I just, really ease into the fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it got you thinking. If you have any questions, comments, definitely send them my way. I really appreciate you, and I hope that everyone has a great day and makes all the money in the world. Bye, guys.